Welcome into Tammy Loves Vintage, where I'm loving on some vintage lace today. We're going to make a tassel or two. We'll see what I have time to do. My hairs. I put too much root stuff in. What do they call that? The foam. So I feel stiff. I should have looked, I guess. Okay, so anyway, first thing I want to do is pick like the top of my tassel. That kind of, hi Susan, that kind of sets the tone for what you're going to be doing. So let's just look in here. I have a drawer full of stuff. This is my, what I have, spools and tassel tops. So these all make great tassel tops. Something like this, something like an old spool, a metal spool. I don't know, this could be like, it's big. I feel like it's a bobbin, like maybe it's an industrial bobbin or an old kind of spool. Don't laugh at me, I have no idea. I found this neat little metal, it's almost like a bead. That would be a great tassel top. I found this thing. I think it was off of an old chandelier. It's very heavy. And it's all, that's how it came. I found it at the antique store in Springfield. Except it had a hole in the bottom and a hole in the top. And I always thought I would do a tassel with it. But you know what? The hole doesn't go all the way through. I just now noticed that. I'm going to have to take that out of my, now what am I going to do with it? Maybe Randy can drill a hole through it. Oh gosh, he always does not love when I give him projects. But I've always thought that would be a cool one. And then, you guys remember when I was all into the French, the advertising, and I had a lady that was sending me stuff. They can't get things with words anymore. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. A lot of old English advertising that would be in the dumps in England, and as they were excavating, they would find these old jars and old porcelain pieces, and a lot of them had advertising, but it became very collectible in the States, and I would say they've pretty much gone through the dumps and found it. You know, sometimes it's on the river, along the riverbed, they'll find it, because like they'd have potted meats, and I always use this as an analogy, like, you know how our tuna cans are metal and we just open our tuna and then eat it and throw the can out? Well, that's what they did with their glass containers. They had potted meats. I'm trying to think of what all. And then too, like their toothpaste came in a little glass. I'm way off subject. I don't have any right here. I guess I don't have any right here anymore. I used to keep something in case this came up. But anyway, what made me think of it is I have these toilet flushers that we found. Now this one, I've done a tassel, I guess, a long time ago, and I've taken it apart. Yeah, so I can't use this was on a tree. I did a tree ornament out of this, but it said it's the close. It's the one, like you would pull to close the flapper and then you would pull the other one to open. And here's another one all crazed and yummy. Yeah, I need to leave this out too to work on, get that apart. I had it on it. I did an antique Christmas tree for several years where I made a lot of things with this vintage stuff. Well, not just this, but like all my vintage stuff, and made like oil cans and I don't even know, all kinds of things. But yeah, this was one of the things, and I just had this hanging because there I put a button on the bottom. No strings. Look, that's how old it is. I told you I used to not be all about the strings. Let's see. Oh yeah, like these kind of knobs are great. Look at this porcelain piece that I found. Hey, that would go with that blue bottle we did last night. And then I got super creative. So you guys get the idea, like old spools, right? Maybe I should just do that. Let's just do the spool right here. It's just neutral. It'll go nice with the lace. It's got some spotting on it, a lot of age on it. You remember that tree, Jennifer? Hi, you guys. I'm not ignoring you. I don't know why that one stuck out to me. Yeah, it was an awesome tree. It was really different. Hey, Nina and Stephanie. Hi, you guys. Hey, Cindy. Oh, you're getting, oh boy, bad weather. Hi, Martha. Hey, Norma. Hi, Kim and Susan. Okay, you guys. So anyway, I appreciate you guys saying hello. And you know what? I invited a bunch of people today to my page. Make sure you're following. There is, I would say 90% of you I've invited to like and follow my page, and I can only invite you one time. And so if you go to the top, see if you're liking or following, because literally as I was scrolling who I could invite, most of you have already been invited and not accepted. And it's people like that, like you guys that I know are here a lot. I saw so many names like, oh my gosh, they're not following me. Like, what? Or maybe it's they didn't like the page. I don't know. I think following is more important than liking, but I do it all. When I have a page I like, I do it all. So this spool wouldn't work because, oh yeah, that's just a price tag. This spool was $3. It matches. I didn't see. Yeah, it will. I was gonna say, that's weird to have a spool. Yeah, it does. So this would be a great tassel top as well. So let's get going. I don't know why I'm yakking, because the baby's probably gonna wake up and then I'll be like, and then let me think. I should have, was it Kim? It wasn't Kim Wyatt. Who was it? Here, I've got a little tool, super cool tool. It wasn't Kim. Was it Joe? Oh gosh, I met her at Springfield, and she brought this for me. I'm trying to remember. Dang it. Was it you? Who told me? Who brought this to me? I met them in person, and they carried this thing around the show waiting to find me because they've watched me struggle. It's a, how can I put it against my face? See, it's got a wire, a big long wire, and you put it through, and then you can hang. It pulls your, so you can use it on beads and stuff, and I was doing a bunch with beads back then. There. So you shove your ribbon through the hole, and then when you pull it, so I don't have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So it's kind of a cool thing. Let me see, but I need to put 2 ends in there. So let's do that again. I gotta put the other end in. Let's see. Okay. And then everyone was talking about how Kim was talking about me on her page. And so, okay, so I've got the other one. Let's just pull it through too. Now we have our loop. Okay, so we'll make it like that. Just looks like a really good length right there. And then I'm going to tie it off. She did a jar like mine, which was so sweet. My Mod Podge jar, and she said she had a jar, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do that. And one of the ladies had a question if it had a rubber, there's no rubber ring around it. So my Mod Podge jar, after it gets super gunky, you can just like pick it and it comes out like gross. Right? So I just cleaned it up a little bit ago. But anyway, yeah. So Kim, if you're watching, there you go. Okay, now, and this is way too long. Where's my scissors? Oh, here they are. I found them. Hi, Pam. Hi, Tina. So let's just make this, you know, a little bit shorter. And you can do lace. This is just that sari silk that I'm using. But you can use any, well, I need to determine. Okay, so I always say that the top kind of sets the tone for what you're going to use. Such as, if I use this one, I would want to incorporate some black in with my neutral colors, you know, kind of pull it all together. If I'm using this, I can get away with all neutrals. Like this one's all green, so maybe you would want to put some color in it, or I'm going to save that one for Christmas, I think. If you're doing, well, I'll get into these. This was an idea that came from the top of my head. Or let's say you're doing this, something really special like this. Then you might want to choose fancier laces. But you can make a tassel just using seam binding or sari silk or whatever. So, all right, so now what I would need to do is determine like the length. So I need a piece, there we go. And I don't need anything quite that long. So let's say like about that length right there. Let's go with that. So, so I'm just going to take my tie and I'm gonna lay it out. We're done with our top. We picked our top. And we're gonna lay it out. Oh, look at that. It's a little bit, oh gosh, that would be pretty sweet to just make it the width of this tile. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna snip off this end. That's sweet. Okay, now there's certain lace that's not gonna lay well, so you don't want that. This one's too small. This one would be nice, too small, too small, too small. Okay, where is my, here, I've got a hook down here. Here's my hook. I did pull a hook with longer pieces. Hang on. Okay, this one has longer pieces. So let's start with this one. I had a jar. I have my old, I got this at Hobby Lobby and I fill it with lace. I just keep old lace in it. It looks like I need to go through it because it's all getting too little. Okay, so what we're going to do is just start pulling lace. You love Megan and Penny? So many people are like, well, what do you do with them? And I love the tassels. I hang them off of knobs on lamps. I hang them, boy, it's windy here. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Woo, the whole house is coming apart. I hang them off of lamps. I hang them off of knobs. Probably the most unique, I don't know, I've made so many, I can't say the most unique, but one that was really unique was a doll head. She's right there. Let's see if you can see her. She is right there. Let's see if I can zoom in on her. See you girls in the group, I do have my velvet laid out for you. See her? I just have her hanging on the knob. Let me zoom you. Let's see, how do I zoom you out there? I don't want you to zoom in on my Band-Aid. This thing is not healing. It's, I don't know why. It's not healing at all. Like you can't even tell. Oh, this one has a lot of silver in it. I need to save that for something. It's unusual to find silver. I've already used this style. Must be noon. Is it Wednesday at noon? Our fire whistle's going off. And it goes off every Wednesday. Here's a nice one. Let's do this one. You love the doll head? Yeah, that was a cool group project. We did it in the group. You know, I was listening to Kim and she was talking about the group. There are a lot of perks to being in our groups, these ladies that all have groups, and everyone has different perks. For mine, I would have to say it's getting first grabs at sales, and it is getting 15% off everything you order on the website is a nice perk. And getting first hand ideas that Julie and I come up with. My friend Julie, she's very creative and she always has a lot of nice ideas too. And so we try and bring you like really unique things, really different that you might not have seen anywhere else. And I always take those things to the group first. So, and then I usually wait about a year before I bring them here if I ever do at all. So I'm just grabbing different laces, you guys, when I'm just talking while I'm doing it. But yeah, I have a ton of creators in my group, actually, other people that you guys watch that are getting ideas and then going to their pages and doing things. And that's fine, as long as they, you know, at least say, hey, I saw Tammy do this. I love that. I love that. But yeah, we're all friends. We all share. Okay, and now you can control how thick, of course. You just keep adding until you think you've got it thick enough. I thought I might thicken it up a little bit with some of my Sari silk. It's kind of a, it's speaking of thick, that's kind of thick. Let's see if we can't rip it in half. Sari silk is very much like seam binding. It's not the same. A lot of people say, oh, it's the same thing. It is absolutely not the same. But it's very similar, you know? It's very similar. Oh, thanks, Susie. I'm glad. We put a lot of effort in the group. I mean, I do. And Julie thinks a lot about it as well. Coming up with ideas for them. So yeah, you get your discounts. You get first grabs at sales. Let's see, I had a list here. I was trying to think of what all you got. Oh, and you get to watch the fly on the wall when we do the fly on the wall. You're 15% off. Yep. All those things. Okay, so let's do a little bit more. This is muslin shreds. Okay, I like to add some of that. Just everything a little bit different texture. You don't have to waste. I hate to say waste. That's kind of a crappy word, but you don't need to use up all of your lace. You know, vintage lace is hard to come by, so you don't need to use it all in here. Like this is just a trim. This is just a trim, and I think I already put a piece of this in there. I guess I could put another piece. And then sometimes, she's sleeping, so sometimes I will add in like jewelry, like an old key or something like that. Yeah, she has great creation. She's very classy. Her things are very classy, very vintage and very classy, I think. And I think sometimes hers are like next level, and then I'll do the same thing and kind of bring it down where it's not quite as fancy or whatever. I don't know what the right, look at that sweet little piece. I'm not wasting that in there. It'll just get lost. This is darling. And so I'll bring it down to where, you know, maybe it doesn't take quite as long to do or whatever. It's a nice connection, I guess. It works really well between the two of us because we're the same, you know, we're very much have the same taste, but yet we're different. And that had a wrinkle in it. And so I think it works. I think it works really well. Or I'm just going to do another piece of this too. It'll get lost. Okay, let's see where we're at. So then, of course, you're just going to tie this. Oops, I'm sorry. Then you're just going to tie this. Gosh, you guys should have told me put it down. You probably did, and I didn't see it. So yeah, it's filling out nicely. See, and then we'll cut it all to, you know, make sure it's all even. Well, see, now I gotta put you back up. So yeah, that's actually, it's not far from being full. I think it needs it needs a little bit more. So let's keep going, and maybe a piece of darker. Let's see what's, no, it's too short. I have some darker around the corner here. Let me see. Let's put maybe just a strip. Oh, it's not cut. Let's whack it. Let's put a piece of this darker in here. Maybe we need 2 pieces. Let's see, do I have something a little different? This one's, let's see. Yeah, this one's different. Oh, for goodness sake. This looks like I have tea stained to this. Just gonna like it. I have tea stained some of this to get it so dark because it is hard to get this stuff dark. Okay. Let's do another piece of the dark. Oh, here's a chunky monkey. Let's do it. That ought to add some bulk and some interest. Okay. All right. So let me stick this back over here. Oh. Okay. Now let's see what we've got. I need to mix this like there. Kind of separate these dark pieces a little bit. We'll put one underneath. Now let's see what we've got. Let's see how it looks. So we're going to tighten it up. And we're going to see. Oh yeah, that added a little bit. That added a lot, actually. I need some more over here, looks like. Can I just move this piece up? There we go. Before we tighten it, kind of got to get it where you want it. There we go. Okay. So, and I forgot to tie the top. Okay. As I'm opening and closing, I'm messing up my lengths. I can see that, royally messing them up. Okay. Maybe just a couple more pieces of muslin shreds. I like them thicker. Okay, why is this so... There we go. Okay. Okay. All right, so now we just need to tighten it up, and then I need to tighten, let's see. So I've got my knot. It's still pulling through. Let me put you down. I keep tying knots to try and get it fatter so it won't pull through. It is still wanting to pull through. Okay, let me go through itself. Maybe that'll hold the knot down lower. There, that ought to do it. Yeah, that did it. Now I have to make sure, like when we hang it down, that I don't, see, I've never done one like this. I thought I had a new idea. Well, the gravity will hold it up. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, because I like to lock it in either way, but I don't. Usually what I do is shove it up the other way and then tie this. Like I lay out my piece. Let me show you. I lay a piece out this way, and then I lay all of my laces on top of it. I grab them, shove them up through the thing, and then I tie my knot. Okay, that's typically how I do it. But you always see my tie. See this part? And I don't like it. So I had the brainiac idea of doing it backwards, hiding my knot under here, but it's still, if you pull this way, it's going to come through. So, I don't know, you guys, why am I having a brain fart about it? I like it better this way, for sure, but I'm, I don't know why I can't figure it out. Oh, well, I don't know. I can't figure it out. But let's see, as gravity pulls, no, because it's going to be hanging on something. This part's going to be hanging on something. We're fine. I think this is going to work. Nice. Okay. So then let's go ahead and try and find the center here. Okay, so I need to go a little bit more this way. And then I'm going to adjust just a few pieces that may be off. I think that one's way short. This one's short, because they were all the same when we started. I love that one. They were all the same when we started. If I see anything else short. Oh, this one's kind of short right here. I need to find this one because it's really long. Well, what you do is just whack it off and leave it, but if I could find it, I would adjust it. Is this it? Because that's kind of short. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, we're just gonna cut it off. So let's go ahead and tie our knot. And honestly, too, had I been thinking, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Just add a dot of glue. Yeah, I could do that. It's been a while, but usually I leave the tails long enough that it's part of the thing too, part of the hang down. Because see, that's kind of a waste. So I should have done that. All right, let's stick a dot of glue in there. That's a great idea. Kind of a cheater way. And then I'm going to trim this up to where it all is about the same. Okay. I'm going to save all this. I need to make some snippet rolls really, really bad. I'm almost out, and I made a ton of them. So I need to make some more. Okay. So let's do that hot glue idea. I'm just going to shove it clear down in. Oh, I forgot to turn it on. Maybe I'm not going to shove it down in. Let me turn it on now because it doesn't take too long. I was thinking I'm not doing a hot glue project, so I didn't even turn the thing on. That's always a surprise, right? When you go to use your hot glue and it's not hot. It's like, wait, what happened? Okay, so then to take this up a notch, you could tie in some stuff. Let's just do it. Let me get this. Let me grab a key. I'm just gonna grab a key here, and then we'll tie a key off. Just to show you like one thing. And then I'll like, you know, whatever you can think of. Sometimes I just do several keys, but you can put whatever you want in there. But see, it gives you a little something. And another nice thing to put in, so you've got treasures hidden in there. I'll do something else on the next one. So since Millie's still sleeping, let's do one more. And I want to use these, so I had this bright idea a couple of years ago. I don't know, it's been a while, and I know a ton of you have seen them. And so I started buying old horse bits. We have an Amish country really close, and like an hour away. So I bought all of these old horse bits. They're all different. I've sold you that. I know you guys know. I've sold you some. I found this chain. Like, I thought that was cool. And these work also for a little bit more interesting. We'll just do this one. I've got it out. Tassel tops. And I have one of these hanging at the little house, actually, and it's super cute. So let's do that. Let's do that for this next one. So again, you just lay your lace out. So yes, we're doing a project that we've already done, but I think it's fine. It's nice to review. It's my tassel video on YouTube has been my most popular one. It's my most interacted one. Everyone on YouTube seems to like the tassels. So I'm getting a squeak in my stool. I've never had a squeaky stool before. Squeaking. Probably because I put it together and not my husband. Hear it? Squeaking. Okay. So I'm just going to keep cutting. I'm going to keep it the same length as the other one. Let's see if we can't do, let's see, this is long enough. Barely, but it's good enough. It's really close. Let's do it. And then let's do this one. Okay, and then let's grab some that's kind of thick muslin shreds. So you just go to Hobby Lobby and buy muslin, just the cheap stuff, and you can rip it and make it skinnier and skinnier. I sit and watch TV and cut it. I usually cut it in about 2-inch strips. I just do a little snip every couple of inches, and then I sit and rip and rip and rip and rip, watching TV. And then when I need it like this, instead of cutting them all super tiny, I can just deal with it like I just did. You know, I can cut it down because I don't want 2-inch pieces. But for storing it, it's easier than these tiny ones. They don't tangle so bad. But yeah, see, like here's one. This is about how I cut them, really. And then I just have big thick strips hanging, and then I can work from them. And then you can tea stain it too. So these aren't long enough, but you can see the difference in the color, where I've stained one and I didn't stain the other. So I'll stain a bunch of shreds too, which you just do in tea. You guys can see all of that stuff. Like, honestly, I hit the 700 video mark over on YouTube. So I send people there all the time. So like yesterday, Mona was asking about all my antique fishing stuff and wanted me to take her to the basement and all that. There are several videos over on YouTube. If you type in the word nautical, you can see where I've toured it in the past for people, for you guys. So you can see that there. But it's an easy search. You just type in Tammy Loves Vintage, and then you can search it. You can go, you can type in at the top. Once you're on my channel, you can type at the top and type in the word nautical, and several things came up. And you can see my big fish. I was telling you about my big wooden fish. That was pretty cool. I carried that thing around on my shopping cart in the heat. But anyway, I know it's silly, but some people are interested in it. All my old bobbers and all that old stuff that I was talking about yesterday. If you guys caught that and are curious, then you don't have to wait on me to do one. It's already done. You can just go there and watch. Okay. All right. So we're just adding a little bit of dark in there, just like I did the other one. I'm just keep layering and layering and adding and adding. Thick pieces, thin pieces, just a mix, just a mix. You can make it as thick as you want, however you want to do it. Let's see here. Here's some sari silk. I'm going to leave this thick because it's got a knot in the middle, which could be cool if it shows up, except there's some red string in the knot. There we go. Let's see where we are. Let's see where we are here. Let me put it together. Let's do a little bit more. I feel like it needs a little bit more. Okay. Well, let's keep rolling. We'll use this thicker muslin again. I got another piece of that. Yep. I wish I had another stained one, but I guess I don't. Is this long enough? Yep. Okay, let's put it that way. Here's a chunky. Ooh, that's too. See, this wouldn't hang well. This piece wouldn't hang very well. Yeah, you can tell. It's more for like doing on a book jacket or something like this. And this piece kind of is too. It's nice for that. Hate to waste it in a tassel because you can see all of your pieces kind of get lost. You don't want anything that thick either. But when you get super thin like this, it's just so thin it doesn't really add a whole lot. But it does add something. It just doesn't fill it like the thicker, more kind of crocheted, I guess, stuff does. Let's see. What's this piece? Ah, nothing is long enough. I must have put my short pieces the last time I played with the jar. Messed around with my jar. I must have put shorter pieces. So here's a thicker piece, a little bit thicker. Let's throw that in there. We're just trying to bulk this up a little bit. Let's see. This one's too weird too. It's more like a trim. Like when we do our paper mache Easter eggs, like what a great border to go around your postcard or whatever. But yeah, that's what we save that stuff for. Let's see, here's another, but it's kind of thin, but we're going to use it. We have this one. That would be kind of cool, but oh, I hate to waste them because we use these things in our plaster flowers in the group. Right, you group girls, you know, but let's do it. It's kind of a cool one to add into the, I still got some left here. All right, let's see where we are. Okay, so let's pull on that. Okay, so since the sari silk one is a little bit bigger, I'm going to use that to attach it to the horse bit. So I'm hoping this will inspire you guys to, and see how my tails are longer. So the tails of my tie will just incorporate in with the other stuff. Oh yeah, and I know what else. I think I just heard Millie. Let me grab a, I'm going to show you another neat thing to do. No, not that. Okay, this is what I need. Okay, let's add a rhinestone chain to it. These are all pins. Must have threw all my chains in here. That's too short. Okay, let's just dump it out. See if we can find a chain long enough. Oh, for goodness sake. Now, let's see. All these ladies and their little necks. Here we go. This one will work. It's just a plain long chain. So, here. People back in the day were so tiny. Okay, I'm gonna cut off the clasp. Or, you know what? I wonder if I could use this clasp. Let's see if I can use the clasp to adhere it to the glasses, to adhere it to the ribbon. So I would have to do it up in here before I tie the knot. Okay, so I just want to add one chain just for something cool to find. Okay, and then I'm gonna, yeah, you're down already. I'm gonna tie it in. All this junk out of the way. Not that it's junk. It's good junk, right? Good junk. Okay, get that out of the way. Then when you pick this up, let's get our chain cut. Okay, and then I need, oops, and then I need to cut like the bottoms of this to make it even, more even than it was anyway. This one needs, I think all those need cut. Okay, that looks good. So then if Millie's gonna stay asleep, I can show you what else I did. Maybe I should add a key in this one. I usually do a couple elements. I'll add another couple of keys in that other one too. Let's add a rusty one since we've got this old horse bit thing. Okay, so I just grabbed a piece of, looks like the sari silk. And I think I'm gonna cut the end. This is really sticking out. And I don't want that to stick out. I want your eye to go to the key. So then here is your tassel. And then when you hang it on the wall, you would make sure that, you know, this is showing and pull your key out so that it's pretty. So there, well, you can't see it. But when you get it hung, you'll kind of arrange it to where it's up front. There, like that. Okay. And then you could, I don't know why you couldn't with this. Yep, this is heated now. So we could add just a couple of buttons up here on this part that sticks out on the sides. Now every bit is different. You can see I showed you several and they're all different. That might be too big. Let's see. Oh, this is a pretty one, mother of pearl. Okay, so we got a couple buttons there and maybe, let's see if we got another piece of the silk. I guess not. Surely there's another piece. Kind of like the shine of it. Just here. I'm just gonna grab another one. Okay. Okay. Let's just see what happens. I don't know. I've never added anything. Oh, there you are. Always love the keys. Yeah, I do too. Okay, so there's that. Let's just see what happens if we add a little bit of softness up top. Okay, I'm pulling on the tails to make it a little bit smaller. I can see it's too big. Oh, Millie's having another nice nap today. It's great. I didn't even look to see who was live. I just did it. Tie bow up top. Hey Mary, we were right in sync with each other. Okay, but now I don't like these thick tails. So I think let's just cut it and rip it and make it look like more. Again, I'm using sari silk, so it's not not as boinky, I guess. But I do like the stringing on the sari silk. Just something different. And then let's finish it off with a button in the middle. Here's a little button, all with their strings. Okay. So this is an old, just a horse bit. Whoops, this loop is bigger. There we go. Now I've got to cut this down a little bit wild. I'll have to play with it and get it to lay down. See the difference in the sari silk? I suppose I've never tried to wad it up and I've never tried to wad it up and wrinkle it like I do the other. It's just different. It is a little bit stiffer. Oops, I better put a dab of glue to hold it down here where I want it. You pull it right down into that glue. Spin it forward a little bit. Okay, that's better. All right, so there's that. And then now that my glue is hot, let's remember to drip a drip down in this hole. See that? To try and keep it from someone grabbing it and pulling it this way. It would be fine just hanging on a lamp or a door, a knob, some sort of a knob. But, I have also in the past, I don't know if I can do it with this stuff, but we could try. Let's see what happens. I was going to say, that's a nice thick button, but there were two of them. Let's see, can I do this? I don't know if I can or not. Oh, I might not be able to get the wires in the holes. Geez, it seems like big enough holes. It was just a thought. I've done it before, but I think I've done it like backwards, like before I threaded it. It was like one of the first things I did instead of the last. Can't get it through. I'm trying some different buttons to see if I can get it through. All right, maybe I'll just try, instead of this thicker, I wish you would go, just to make my life easier. Let me just try it with a floral wire. I got an idea. Hang on, I got an idea. Where's my, I guess we'll have to use this. Let's see if this will work. Will that work? And then do this. Would that do the same thing down into the same hole? Whoops, that's the other hole. Down into the same hole. What would I have to do? Put it through. Okay, first of all, it's upside down. First of all, it's upside down. I don't think this is going to work. Oh, you guys are probably like going wild with your with your comments right now. Just pretending you're not here. That's what I'm doing. I'm pretending no one's watching. Because I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Is it right side up? I don't even know. What would happen? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull all of this wire and that ribbon through these holes because it's tight. I need a thinner wire. Hang on. I've got it thinner. Okay, here's this is thinner. I feel like I need a bigger button if I'm going to all this freaking trouble. And this one's whiter too. Okay, so I'm going to go up through the hole. I'm going to catch, let's see, I need to go back, and it needs to go this way, I think. I don't know. Let's just try it. Oh, you guys, I'm not reading what you're saying because I should, because you probably have an idea. But at the same time, it won't go through because I've got to not only, I've got to double it. No, it's not going to go through. Forget that bright idea. Rewind. Rewind. Forget it. I should have stuck it on in the first place. Oh well. I get a big fat F. You need to find a bag. What does that say? Marilyn. What's a bag of Tangle? I don't know what that is. I watched your thing last night, your show, Clear to the End. I wasn't quite figuring out exactly how you were looping that, but it was very cool. Put a piece of the necklace around. Maybe. Let's see. Oops, I see a bit of hot glue there. Let's see. Yeah, that would work. That would work. Who said that? I see Lindy talk about doing tangles. I think it's tangled. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what she's talking about. I think it's a thing, but I know it's a thing. I just don't know what it is. Are you talking about the same thing as what Lindy does? Marilyn? Yeah, I'm not great with knots. If I did that, I don't know that I could push it down where I need it to be. So this is easier to me. Okay, so let's get that size again. I kind of like this. This is nice. Never done it before, so it's a good change. Okay, so I just need to cut it off of. Let's see. Now what do I use to adhere it? I'm gonna hot glue. And everybody says no. Okay, let's just go half. Get it in there. I think I want it up on its side a little bit, if it will. And it won't. Okay, let's go a little bit more. It's so cute. I like it. And it doesn't hide the writing on the spool as much as the button would have. So that's good. Okay, we keep going around the mountain. And then we're going to finish it off here. Here we go. Yeah, pretty. You see that? How pretty is that? Okay. And oh yeah, that holds so good. So we've got a key in this one, and I didn't put a necklace or anything, so I'll have to add another key, maybe up higher, just in a different spot. I think I better use a bigger one. I just need a basic key. Oh, yeah, this one will work. Oh no, that's brass. I'm not gonna waste the brass one getting lost in a tassel. I'll come over here so you guys at least know I'm here. And this one, oh yeah, this one is kind of silvery. So here, let's do this one. Okay, so I'm gonna go up a little bit higher so they're not hanging in the same spot. Okay, cut the tail off. There we go. Now we've got a couple of keys hanging out of this one, like that. So there's a couple of keys in there. And when you hang it, you would just, you know, fuss around with it until the keys are up front, like that. And then you see them both. So there is that tassel. And then here is this one. So we whipped out two. And this one has the chain and a key. So there you go. You love the tassel? I do too. I think they're fun. It's pretty. Help hold it. Yeah, it is pretty. Let's see. Thank you. Your post yesterday, what do you do with the lace? I said that I tangle it up. Oh, I missed that. I missed that. Put it in a bag and lose it. I think I saw that part. I didn't see about the tangling. Tie a knot close to the spool. Thank you. You could put a piece of the necklace. Yeah, Mary, I like that idea. You like the bead idea. Yeah, you could totally use a bead. Like this is a, let me see, this is just a wooden, unfinished wood thing that would make a great tassel top as well. And you could put old book pages on it, paint this and cover it with old book pages. That's what I would probably do off the top of my head. I do have several out at the barn. I need to get them. Yes, absolutely. How cool to do a whole like different, like some of them I would do up and then some of them I'd hang plain maybe. I think they're very cool and interesting. It would make a really rustic display. These are all just a little bit different. I was just buying basic ones, but then I loved, this one had the rings. This one was tiny. It was different. And I mean, I've made a ton of these things, so these are all different. But anyway, if you could figure out how to, you know, incorporate, maybe do here, Kathy, was it Kathy? Yeah. Do one this way too. And then you could hang some stuff off. If you have this with the rings, you could hang, like make a whole neat wall hanging. Ooh, that might be a cool, maybe we'll save that one and do a tassel this way. I'll save that one. I'll put a note on it so that I'll remember. That'd be a fun project for us to see. Kathy's like, do it now. Okay, I feel like I have one of those little flower ones that's sticking out. Get rid of that. We'll put that in the plaster pile. Okay, so there you go. It's not much to it, really. Sure looks like it by the mess I have. It's really not a big deal. So I'll go through all of your comments later. I do hear her. She's just now waking up. So perfect timing. Perfect timing. It's going to be lunchtime. Yeah, it's 1:30. So she's probably, her belly probably woke her up. So I'm going to go get the babe and we'll clean this up later. But I'm glad you joined me and it was fun. So I will see you all later. I might do another one yet today. I have so many projects upstairs I want to do. My daughter's coming home from California at the end of the month. Her best friend, Julie's daughter, is having a baby and they're having a baby shower for her and Abby wants to fly in. She hasn't been home since, I don't even know when. It's been a long, long time for sure. I want to say January. Was she here? She wasn't here for Millie's birthday. I don't know. It's been a while. So it's time to see her. So anyway, thanks you guys. I'll see you later. Have a good day. Maybe I'll see you later. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh, I put way too much crusty. You ever do that root pump stuff? Yeah, I put way too much. So, all right. Yeah, some days you get it right, some days you don't. So have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye.